is Lou Ann Pygott. Welcome to my kitchen on a Sunday morning while I am making some lunch for my parents and me. And today, okay, we are having pork roast, and it's in a crock pot in my mom's house. Pork roast, rice and gravy, sweet potatoes, which I am making. I'm going to have some little English peas and some lima beans just because those are real easy and the rest of this stuff takes work. And some cornbread. And we're having some apples. I'm not making the apples. She insisted on doing them. So, okay, I'm letting her do them. She's making some cooked apples for dessert. So I made these sweet potatoes. I baked 6 sweet potatoes last night. Now, usually, oh, this is not going to fit in here, is it? Oh, dear. I'm going to have to get something bigger. Because that's going to slosh in the car. I'm trying to find something that isn't going to slosh in the car. And that's not it. Ooh, that just bought me in the knee. I wonder if this one will work. All right, let's try this one. I thought that was going to fit. It did not fit. This one might fit. It's still going to be sloshy. Well, hopefully I can make that work. I hope so. I still need a bigger one than that. It's going to be a lot more than I expected, I suppose. So, I usually peel raw sweet potatoes. It's really hard. I peel them, and then I boil them. Today I did not do, last night I thought, you know, it's so hard, it makes my hand hurt. I thought, I'm going to bake them this time. I think they'll probably even be better. I'm going to bake them. And so they're baked. And then after I bake them, hi Michelle, after I baked these sweet potatoes last night, I just kept them in the refrigerator. So now I'm going to put them in the oven with some brown sugar and a little bit of butter and make candied sweet potatoes. Now I cut this recipe way down. So this recipe actually calls for 4 sweet potatoes and this is 6. So it's a little extra, but it also calls for a whole stick of butter. That's a lot of butter. So if you want to cut this down a little bit, I do only about 4 or 5 tablespoons of butter. You just don't need that much butter. That's a lot of butter. Maybe 3 tablespoons of butter. Like, seriously. There we go. There's some butter. It will be plenty of butter, trust me. And then, it also says 2 cups of brown sugar. I have done it with the 2 cups of brown sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So, it's very, very sweet. It's very, very good. But we're going to try to cut that down a little bit, too. So, let's do, maybe like 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar or something. Or maybe like half. I do like half the sugar, it says. You still want what looks like an insane amount of sugar. So it won't be quite as sweet like dessert, but it will still be really good and really sweet. And I'm just going to spread this around, and this will all caramelize in the oven. And they're going to bake this for about, 45 minutes or so. Now I have, the other thing that I'm making needs the oven to be on 400, or 375 rather. So I'm baking it on 375. You can do 350, 375. I think the recipe for this actually says 375. Okay, so here we go. The brown sugar. We're just going to spread this around. Kind of just want a nice thick coating. I'm going to put a little bit more because I do have a lot of potatoes in here. I should have kept with just the 4, but they're so good. Okay, here we go. Then I get this spread around, and then you can just put it in the oven like this, but I have found that sometimes it leaves the sugar on top and it gets real crunchy like a rock. Now, if you like that part, just keep it like that. But I usually take water and drizzle over it. Now, it does tell you to add like a half a cup of water or something, and I don't like to add that much water either because then it's real soupy. It's runny. And I don't want it like a runny. I want it like thicker. So you can bake this in the oven uncovered, so it will thicken this up a little bit. But see, I just take the water and like drizzle it on all the brown sugar. And this is light brown sugar. I think you could use dark if you wanted. I have made these before. They're so good. This is like having Thanksgiving almost. Oh. But sweet potatoes are really good for you. Of course, I kind of counteract that with the sugar, but oh well. Sure is good. But you can definitely regulate how much sugar you put on them if you don't want to overdo it. Just drizzling this on here. almost there. And then I'm just going to stick this in the oven and set it. Let's see, how long does my other thing take? About half an hour. Okay, so we're going to set this for about 45 minutes, and then we'll see how that does. All right, gonna go in the oven just like this. My oven's already on. There we go. I'll set my timer for 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna make what I'm calling TikTok cornbread, and the only reason I'm calling it that is because that's where I got the recipe. I was watching TikTok, and they made this recipe of cornbread. They said it's from a restaurant that doesn't like to give out their recipe, but somehow this guy knows somebody that was there, and they gave him the recipe. So we're gonna try this, and it starts with Jiffy cornbread mix. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add 1 box of Jiffy cornbread mix. And then we're going to add some more sugar to it. Now this is going to make this sweet. He says it makes it sweet like cake. Well, we're not having dessert today other than apples. So if we make a sweet like cake, we do. So here we go. Let's try it. He says you don't have to put as much sugar in it if you don't want to, but he said it's so good, so I want to try it like he did it. So I'm going to break up these lumps. So here's our Jiffy cornbread mix. Then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of white sugar. I can't wait to try this. See what it's like. Okay, here's my 1/3 cup of white sugar. Somehow I got a drop of water in here. How'd that happen? I do not know. Probably when I was dribbling that water, I guess. Okay, 1/3 cup of white sugar. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. This is going to kind of change the color of the, it'll be real dark cornbread. Okay, 1/4 cup, right? 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. So I'm getting a 1/4 cup measure over here. I think you could use light, but then I'm doing what he did here. Okay, 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. Then we're going to add an egg. Okay, so let me mix this up a little. Something out of the refrigerator too. I need this right here. Okay. There we go. Put that up. Let me find my little measuring cup here. Well, I can just use this. Okay, first let's mix this up. Break that up. Stir it all up. Going to be interesting. It's going to be so interesting. All right, let's put in an egg. Okay, there's my egg. Then we're going to add 1/3 cup of milk, and he added another tablespoon at the end, but let's try our 1/3 cup of milk. Oh, I forgot one more thing I gotta get. Let me get this rinsed out. I gotta melt some butter. We gotta have 4 tablespoons of melted butter. All right, let me get that. And let me get that in the microwave. Find where my butter is here. Here we go. Oh, here we are. Here's the one I just had. How many tablespoons is that? Okay, that's 3. There's 3 tablespoons. And then we'll add 1 more. And then I'm going to put this in the microwave to melt it. Put this butter back up. Okay, so then we're going to add a third of a heaping cup of sour cream. So there's my sour cream. So let's get a spoon. Good morning. And it said a heaping third a cup. So let's get our third a cup. All right, there's a heaping third a cup. Okay. Come on, get off of there. There we go. You see this? I found this in the store. Triple churned and extra creamy. I've never seen that before. I don't know if this is just something they're doing and putting on their thing now, or that's something new. I don't know. It's either a new package or a new product. I'm not sure which. Okay, so let's stir some of this up. Oh, one more thing he puts in here. Oh my goodness. That's an awful lot too. He puts in a tablespoon of vanilla. A tablespoon of vanilla. Man, that's a lot of vanilla. All right. Okay. Woo! And a tablespoon of vanilla. There you go. I say I'm gonna do the recipe as is for now. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, let's stir this up a little bit of what we have here so far. And that's going to be it, actually. And then let's pour in this melted butter. Hold on here. Let me get one of these things here. Okay, pour that butter. I'm going to stir this up. You don't apparently want it real thick. Doesn't look terribly thick to me. Pretty good to me. I know he added another tablespoon of milk, so I'll just add a little slosh here. Okay. And then you got to let it sit for 5 minutes. All right, so that's pretty well mixed, I'd say, huh? Okay, let's take that out. I think I got everything, right? Oh, let me go and set the timer first. Okay, there we go. There's our 5 minutes. So then we have Jiffy cornbread, third a cup of sugar, quarter cup of dark brown sugar, 1 egg, third a cup of milk, maybe a tablespoon more, a third of a heaping thing of sour cream cup, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, a tablespoon of vanilla. Let's sit for 5 minutes. And you're going to bake it at 375 for 27 minutes in a loaf pan. You're going to spray the pan and you're going to add sea salt to the bottom of the pan. Okay, this is interesting. He puts like coarse salt in the bottom of the loaf pan. So I'm going to move this for now. And we're going to put our pan up here. And we're going to spray the pan. Then he adds salt. Just a little sprinkling of salt at the bottom. Here it is. Now, I don't have sea salt, but I have this kosher salt. And it's, you know, chunky. Like coarse. It's coarse salt. So you just sprinkle that in the bottom. And then you'll have a little bit of salt on the bottom of your cornbread. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Okay. There's our little bit of salt. Now we have 3.5 minutes to go. Let me put up some of my stuff here while we're waiting. So have you ever tried doctoring up the Jiffy cornbread mix? This is the second time I've done this. And the first time was really good. It just, basically the thing is you gotta add sour cream to it. So, now when this comes out of the oven, you're gonna put a little pat of butter on top and let it melt all over the top. And that's it, really. Just put a little pat of butter on top. And that's all you do. and you're done. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit here while we're waiting our other 3 minutes, which I know is really exciting. That's okay. All right, let's do this. All my little dishes into the dishwasher. So when I come home, I don't have to do that. Already done. Already come home and the kitchen will be clean. I like to do that. Put all my stuff up here. Put away this. Let's see how much time we got left. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and counting. That was from there. Figure it out though. Oh well, I got that from. Do it there now. Took my brown sugar out of the pantry, and there's no place to put it back. I'm like, how'd that happen? Everything moved, I guess. Thing moved around, filled in the space. Okay, so we already got our oven 375. We're going to set 27 minutes. Is a weird amount of time, isn't it? 27 minutes. Okay. Put the rest of my stuff here in my dishwasher. Okay, there we go. Now I'm done with the dishes. So now we need this clock to hurry up. Let's see, we got a minute left. We have 46 seconds. All right. I think I'm going to reset my timer for the sweet potatoes. I'm just going to reset it to 27 minutes, and then I'll just leave the sweet potatoes in there longer. Because we're on 34 minutes. It's very close. I'm about 5 extra minutes. But this one we don't want to go too long. Oh, let me get my scraper here. We have 20 seconds. Now we're going to pour this in our pan. I'm really excited to see what this is going to taste like. He said it tastes like cake. And so much for it not being bad, but it's going to be bad. I'll just eat a little bit. Got to be almost here. 1 second. There you go. We are there. Okay, so let's see, it gets a little thicker. So you're going to pour that in to our prepared pan on top of those little coarse grains of salt. Be like sweet and salty. Okay, there we go. Then we're gonna put this in the dishwasher. And put that in the oven, and there you go. And I will show you the picture of it when I get done, and I'll put the recipe in my comments with the picture. Okay, there we go. All right, let's turn this around. There's where we're going, right there in our oven. Okay. That's about 5 minutes difference. 27 minutes. That's an interesting time, isn't it? Okay, there we go. All right. I hope you have a good day, and I'm going to go put my makeup on now so you can join me again there, and I will see you soon. Bye.